So guys, it's starting to appear that Solana has confirmed a bullish move above major resistance and is now starting its bull flag breakout right on time. This is extremely exciting and extremely profitable if you ask me. We made an update video literally last night about buying into this. Hopefully you guys caught the episode, but I put it out kind of later in the afternoon around 5 o'clock here, where we had a confirmation pretty much in an hour from making this video as to whether or not we'd be buying in for a long or a short position. And lo and behold, last night we had closed above major resistance here, this massive uptrend, reassuring us that it's time to be buying back in for a potential long position. We have stop losses set up to cover our losses, as well as to kind of lock in some profits here so that we do not, end up going in a negative here. So the worst thing that can happen is we break even on our buy and trade, but there's a good chance we're going to continue to scale up higher. Now, beyond the Solana chart seeing that movement, XRP is forming some interesting things as well, starting to trade sideways right here, building up some steam, getting ready to break through its major downtrend on its relative strength indicators here. We're also going to be looking at Ethereum and Bitcoin, which are showing signs of major resistance, and I want to talk more about that because it might affect the Solana and XRP trades today as well as moving forward here. So it's very important that we go over that. We're also going to be looking at the S&P 500, which hit a new all-time high as of yesterday. Absolutely crazy if you ask me. But with all that being said, make sure to smash that like button ASAP, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and let's jump into today's episode. So guys, yesterday we put out an episode basically talking about the fact that we were starting to see Solana's bull flag formation here fill in the gap. We had a reversal doji and we were starting to head above a major resistance, as you guys can see here. This is what we were referencing as a breakout starting, and we were able to buy in. I bought in a bit earlier into the Solana break, so I didn't actually wait because I was too excited for this resistance to close, but I had a feeling, or this candle to close, I had a feeling it was, and you can clearly see we are. So I'm in at about 99 here. So I did manage to move my stop loss off just a little bit to 101 just to lock in some profits here. And that if we do decide to dip, at least I'll be up a little bit to cover the fees of the trade here. But ideally, I would expect to see prices continue to lift off. However, now I'm starting to see a bit of resistance come into play with a lot of these other cryptocurrencies. And that's kind of what I want to focus on in today's episode here. Now, we talked about that. I want to pull up this really quickly. You can see right here, markets are starting to slide higher, up 2.5% for the day, trading at 59 on the relative strength indicator. Bitcoin's up 11, Ethereum's up 4.5. You can start to see that cryptos are starting to pump. Solana is up 8%, hence why we bought into it, up 30% for the week here. Cardano's up 14.7% for the day, as you can see, 8% for the day for Solana moving forward. And you can see we're starting to see that right now. Big swings and big runs overall after we retested that bottom support right here. As I said, this was another opportunity once we saw that reversal doji to take advantage, an aggressive one nonetheless. But as you can see, prices are slowly starting to rise. And this is huge news. The real confirmation, the conservative one, came when we closed above this major price ceiling here. As you guys know, we've been using Solana's support, this higher low movement here, for a very long time, filling this gap, starting to see us build pressure. We had a clear price ceiling and a clear uptrend here. And as we filled this in, a decision had to be made. Fortunately, it was in our favor. We confirmed, popped off, and exploded to the upside here. Well, we formed a bull flag as we started to scale back down to a more neutral level, came back down to retest that price floor, which was once a resistance, and have reversed out of it here. Big news came once we confirmed closure outside of that resistance, and more so outside of the uptrend that we've been using. Once we confirmed that last night, that was really the key to say, hey, we're in a stay, and there's a good chance as we start to move forward, we're going to be seeing movements kind of like this. I really do think we're going to see some very substantial runs to the upside coming in the very near future for Solana, and I think it all started literally last night when we had that buy-in opportunity. We're in at about $98, $99 here, and you can slowly start to see the prices have already retested a high of 106, if not almost 107, which is very impressive if you ask me. So there's a good chance we're going to continue to scale up those buying opportunities we were able to take advantage of on BidFi, which is the #1 cryptocurrency leveraging exchange that I like to use here on the channel. The really cool thing, which I highly recommend you guys take advantage of, is if you click the top of the link right here, you'll be able to earn a new sign-up bonus here where you can see complete the first deposit and trade, and you can earn $100 in free cryptocurrency, which is super cool. It's very simple. It's very easy, up to 8,000 in deposit rewards, which is awesome as well. So make sure to check this out down in the description below for you guys to claim the new trading bonus right here. I believe they're going to be updating this very soon, but you can see this is the current one they're giving right now. So I'm very excited. Make sure to go take advantage of the free crypto that they're offering here. But moving forward back into these other cryptos, so we know that Solana is on a verge of heading higher, and it has reversed off a very bullish level here, and we are starting to head up. Now things start to look a little bit eerie for XRP and these other cryptos. Like, why, if Solana's moving, is XRP not? Well, first and foremost, you can see we've drawn right here this major resistance. I think if I scale it, you can see much better here. This is the relative strength indicator that we've been tracking for quite some time now. And you can see kind of the descending triangle that we've been forming here, getting stuck with the bottom support of oversold, as well as the beautiful downtrend here. You can clearly tell we're hitting resistances and falling, and we found a support that we've been falling on. So we need to see whether or not we're going to be breaking through this resistance, because that will stem a breakout here. You can already see we tried and we got rejected as of literally yesterday, but that doesn't mean we can't continue to break through it very soon. There's a good chance in another couple of hours, today, a little later today, in a couple hours, like I said, maybe in a couple of days, we could break through this, and there's a good chance we will. And we're going to start to pop off. Maybe not that, advanced, but something along the lines of this, where we do decide to trickle out of it. And when that time comes, it should allow the XRP price to reverse up to retest moving average right here at about 58 cents. And then from that, we should be able to scale up higher, conservatively, to a high of like 70 cents, if not all the way up to 80 cents here. But more on the aggressive scale would be an opportunity to buy in and long this. The main focus was on was on Solana, not so much XRP. But the next thing that we'll have to pay attention to is XRP, as this could see a break very, very, very soon. Now, moving forward from XRP, as we are keeping our eyes peeled on a potential rally outside of this resistance here, is Ethereum and Bitcoin. And these are things that get a bit interesting. Ethereum has done a very nice reversal, trading at 50 on the RSI off its bottom support right here, reversing back up to major resistance. But you can see we're kind of back inside the descending fractal. So question becomes, are we able to break through this, or are we going to reject and correct lower here? And that extends even further when you throw like Bitcoin into the equation here. If you look at Bitcoin here, we have a beautiful uptrend that we've been using for a long time, since October of 2023, filling in the gap, trading on this for quite some time. However, you can see with this bottom support here, we need to break above. We need to swing upwards here, and it doesn't seem like we're having the momentum to do so. We reversed up off. We're hitting major resistance up here. However, you can see the sideways channel that we've now, entered, and this is where things become quite problematic, and why I've said to hold off on Bitcoin in yesterday's episode until we break through this price ceiling here. There's a chance we could reject off of this and continue to fill us out, and I'd like to see how this would then affect cryptos like Ethereum, which could do the same thing, even XRP. Like if we see Bitcoin top down or correct lower, there's a good chance we're going to see the other altcoins do the same thing. So really, what we're looking for is a breach above price ceiling for us to continue higher. Unless the markets are going to act indifferent and start to trade around irrelevant from how Bitcoin moves, that's where things kind of get stuck. Because you can already see Bitcoin is rejecting off resistance here. And with the right, too, we're nowhere near support. We're not getting sandwiched between it just yet, and there's a lot of time left before we could do so. But ideally, this is a big resistance, and we'll see if it affects these other cryptos. So it's something to keep in the back of your mind, like, could we fall with these other cryptos? Like, could the Solana run get rejected if Bitcoin is retesting its resistance and gets rejected as well? That's kind of the thought that I have moving forward here, is do we have the potential to see a rally like that happen here? So that's kind of why I have my stop loss up tight, because it's an interesting one. We'd like to see this rally, but if the other cryptos don't do it as well, then we're probably not going to see much movement here, especially with Bitcoin being kind of snug inside the sideways channel. If this doesn't break through it, there's a good chance it's going to stagnate and trade sideways. And same thing with a lot of these cryptocurrencies. So that's kind of the main focus, is on a lot of Bitcoin movement here. But we have trades already entered on Solana. We're taking a risk. We're taking a leap. And we're looking to see what happens with XRP and some of these other altcoins here. I mean, they're all very close. They're like inches away or seconds away from breaching major resistance. It's like, if it does, then we'll be able to buy in and long, and it'll be a big run. Otherwise, if we don't, we're going to fall and correct lower here. It's happened constantly, and it's going to happen again. We just need to make a decision. I don't know if Bitcoin has what it takes to break through it this early in the markets here. But moving forward, and lastly, wrapping things up with the S&P 500, which is now becoming overbought yet again. And I don't think, I mean, there's a chance we could. You can see here, it usually calls for declines. Like when we became overbought, which is right here, it does cause correction. So there's a good chance we're going to continue to do this as well. We'll scale higher, no doubt, but we do need to expect to see correction at some point. It might be something along the lines of this, where once we become overbought, we need to top down, and we could just keep moving along like that as prices head up higher. So I'm excited to see where Solana moves. I mean, where the S&P moves to, because I do believe we're on, you know, an uptrend and an uptick, which is quite exciting. But with that all being said, make sure to smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.